Little bunny rabbit. Ice cream.
So, hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am KiwiSimsKate. Kiwi because I'm from New Zealand, Sims because I love The Sims, and Kate because that's my name. It's as simple as that. A special warm welcome to any new viewers to my channel. If you are brand new here, I have been posting fortnightly Sims 4 speed builds for around about a year now. It's pretty much coming up or right on my 1 year YouTube journey anniversary, which is just wild. It doesn't feel that long. It has flown by and I'm just having so much fun. It is a lot of work, but I enjoy it so much. I just love building in The Sims. I love this game and I can't see myself stopping anytime soon. I'm just a big kid at heart. So today's build that I'm bringing you, I love this. This is one of my favorites so far that I've posted to the channel. I love the coziness of it. I love the setting. I adore the lot that it's built on, although I did consider moving it onto a larger lot, because originally I had hoped to include a garage, but there was just no room here, and it also just didn't feel right to have somewhere where you would drive your car in this section, because you've got basically trees surrounding you and then like a road at one corner and then the beach. So that was kind of my original intention, and then it changed. It definitely evolved after that, but I'm really happy with how it turned out in the end. I'm putting together the exterior here, just getting the kind of the vibe with the colors ready. I did base this build on a picture I found on Pinterest. I was just looking up beachy family homes and I came across this one, and I knew I wanted to do a kind of a wraparound porch, and this one, I don't know what necessarily drew me to this picture on Pinterest. I loved the kind of corner entrance on the porch, and I also really loved that really oddly shaped, it's not really a balcony because it doesn't jut out over the house, but that section that you can see in the corner there that's beside the chimney, it's I guess you would class it as a balcony. And yeah, I liked the look of the house. I will, if I can find it, I will put a picture of it up on screen now. And there were a few different kind of I guess configurations of the house that I could find, because I followed it through to the website where it came from, and it was just like a house building company's website or something, and so you could see all the different sort of slight variations on the configuration of the house, you know, whether or not the garage was on the left or the right, or the entrance was, you know, slightly different. But I took all of those pictures and I started the exterior using the reference pic, and then once I knew I wasn't going to fit a garage in, I then sort of put the picture aside and just worked from my imagination from that stage onwards. So it's not a true replica of the picture by any means. It's just my interpretation of the build that I found. I loved using the blue and white as well on the exterior, so I use a lot of cats and dogs in this build. I think you could probably, if you don't have all the packs, this is not a pack restricted build, so I think I do use quite a lot of packs, but I think probably if you have, obviously base game, cats and dogs, parenthood and seasons, and the country kitchen kit, I think if you have those 3 packs, you would get most of the vibe that I was going for this build. So if you imagine the look and the feel of all of those packs, it's definitely a culmination of those. So you've got some beach vibes, you've got some country vibes, you've got some kind of family cozy vibes. And I built this home with some Sims in mind. I haven't actually created the Sims, but I don't know, I thought it would be cute if this home belonged, and this is going to be just slightly morbid, so I do apologize, but in my mind, I was building this home for a single mother and her 2 sons, young sons. So this is a 3-bedroom home. There is 1 master bedroom and 2 children's bedrooms. One is furnished for a toddler and one is furnished for a child, but the bed will fit, you know, a teenager or a young adult or an adult. So, but definitely the decoration is for a child. And I imagine that this poor single mother is a widow, and that her husband tragically died in like a fishing accident. Like he was a fisherman, and he died in a horrible accident out at sea, and she spends her evenings sitting out on the back porch and just staring out into the ocean and reminiscing about her deceased husband. So that's where my brain went. But obviously you can put whatever Sims you want into this build. And if you do download this build off the gallery, I'd be really interested to know, you know, how are you using it? Who lives in your home? Are you using it for a challenge, perhaps? I think it would be, it's maybe it's on the small side for a legacy challenge, but it could be a good legacy challenge. It's kind of compact. Sometimes the problem with building houses for mini Sims is that you can often build it too big, and so actions for the Sims can take a long time. You know, just walking a Sim from one area of the house to another when you've got a really large house can take forever. And by the time they've made it to their destination within the house, you know, their needs are all completely ruined and they're already tired or hungry or whatever. That's what I find anyway. I'm playing a legacy challenge at the moment over on our Twitch channel, where I'm live twice a week. And we're up to generation 6 and 7 at the moment. And I love our legacy home. That's also available on the gallery if you're interested. But it is a 3-story home. The 3rd story is sort of a bit more of just like a skill building room. But it's quite a big house, and it takes me so long to get Sims from one area of the house to the other. So that can be a bit frustrating, but I do like having a lot of space. Anyway, back to this build. I've sort of figured out the shape of it now. I wanted to go inside. You would have seen me go in and create the floor plan, like the basic floor plan, because sometimes I feel like if I don't figure out the floor plan of the interior, I may want to adjust the exterior, and then I can't start the landscaping until I've got the exterior. And so, yeah, it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. I like to make sure I've got enough space inside before finalizing the exterior and before starting on the landscaping. And I know there's lots of Simmers that do it a completely different way, so it's kind of fascinating. I like seeing how other builders tackle a build from scratch and what they begin with, and yeah, maybe the parts of the build that they find easier and what parts they struggle with more. Certainly roofing is I'm definitely getting better at it. I'm quite proud of my roofing in this build. I spent a long time trying to figure out the roof that's above the porch, and you would have seen near the beginning of the video me struggling a little bit, trying a few different options, and I do cut a little bit of the video out there because otherwise it was just going to be too long, and I did kind of pause here and there, go away, think about it, come back. So I didn't want the video to be 5 hours long. The other thing I struggled with this build, and if you watch my videos, you'll know that I have done this more than once in the past, and I don't know what's wrong with me. It's really frustrating. I forgot a fridge. Now, in the speed build, you will not see me place a fridge. Why? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why I keep forgetting it. I think I just create the shape of the kitchen, and then I think to myself, yeah, I'm happy with that, and then I move on, and I don't think about the functionality of it until I go to playtest it. So that's exactly what happened here. I went to playtest it, and my Sims couldn't cook anything, obviously, because there was no fridge, and that is not the first time I've done that. So I apologize for the lack of fridge in the speed build, but I assure you there is a fridge in the gallery version of this build, and you will see the fridge in the screenshots at the end, because I didn't actually take the screenshots until I think after I play tested it, I think. Yeah. The other feature of this house that I really love, that I think it makes it feel really cozy, is there are 2 fireplaces in the build. I put one downstairs and one upstairs in the master bedroom, and I use this cats and dogs fireplace, which I absolutely adore. I also really love the other one. We got 2 fireplaces with cats and dogs, and I love them both, but size wise this one fit better. The other one's just a little bit too big, especially upstairs. I did try, you'll probably see me try and fit it upstairs, but it was just too wide for the spot I wanted it in. And then I'm obviously finishing the build now, so I started with the dining kitchen, but I do go back later and clutter up the kitchen a bit more. And then this is the living area. So as I said, the lovely warm fireplace, and a lot of cozy, warm colors for the sofas. I use that high-backed cats and dogs armchair. I love that. It comes in such amazing swatches. I kind of took inspiration for the colors of the living room from the large sofa that I placed, which again I'm fairly certain came with cats and dogs, the one with all the pillows right across the back and the stripe. I love that sofa. I love it so much. I love all the swatches it comes in, and the colors in that, I think they really inspired the rest of the furnishings that I placed in this room. And then I did another trick which I learnt from a Simlicy YouTube channel actually a while ago, and I've used this trick a few times. It's so clever. I think she said she got it from someone else as well, so I'm not too sure. I'm afraid I can't accurately or confidently credit the first person to think of this idea, but whoever did, they're a genius. Love them because it's great, and I would love to have an upright piano in our game, but never mind. I do have some CC upright pianos which are great, but this is a good hack if you don't have the CC, or if you don't want to build with CC. So it's just using the keyboard and two identical side tables from the cats and dogs pack, and raising one of them up. One thing I haven't seen anyone do, but I'm not necessarily claiming I'm the first one to have thought of it, but I haven't seen another person do it yet, is raise up. So there's the wall object that I kind of merge into the side table to make it look like sheet music. I haven't seen anyone do that yet. I've seen people use the tool mod to create sheet music out of other open book objects we have in game, but I like it this way because then I don't have to fiddle around with tool mod. And I do use tool mod in this build a couple of times, which you'll see later, but if I can avoid it, I will, because I'm still getting used to it, definitely. And then a couple of bookshelves in the corner. I wanted to fill in that corner space at the back of the living room, so I actually just used 2 bookcases. It bugs me a little bit that they don't go all the way into the corner at the back, but from sort of sight level for The Sims, you can't tell that it's 2 bookshelves, I think. It doesn't bother me too much, and I generally tend to fall back on like plants or lamps in corners of rooms, and it just didn't feel right in the back there. And I also just wanted a bookshelf in this build. I thought they would be big readers, particularly maybe the parents in this house. So once I'm done in the living room, I then come back, as I said, to the kitchen, and I just pull out a bunch of objects that I thought would look cute. I didn't necessarily think that this family that lives here were minimalist or particularly worried about having like the most clean and clear home. I think that they're more concerned about making it feel like a warm, inviting home, and probably have collected items over the years and, you know, don't often throw things out. Not hoarders as such, but certainly, not ones to kind of throw things out often. They will repurpose something rather than completely throw it out. Here actually, where I'm placing these canisters and just these cute little bird pictures, which I'm obsessed with, that's where I put the fridge eventually. Not in this speed build, but afterwards. So I'm pretty sure they're in the screenshots at the end of the video. So I just move a couple of things around. I still keep those 2 cute bird pictures. I shift them somewhere. I can't remember. I think just to the side. Yeah, I do some rearranging anyway. And I get the fridge in there. I think I use the fridge from Country Kitchen Kit. Most of the other items in the kitchen are from that kit as well. Wow, that's a tongue twister. And then we've got another entrance to the home. We've actually got 3 downstairs entrances. Yeah, there's a lot of entrances in the downstairs. I don't know why, I just thought it looked cute. So there's the main front door, and then there's this side door that's technically at the front of the build, but it's along the end of the porch. And I thought this would be the entrance probably that they would bring their dogs through. I included the dog food bowls at the door back here, and a little bit of dog clutter, some pet food, and this hutch thing that we got from, I think, Parenthood or Seasons, or maybe it was Cats and Dogs. I can't remember actually. And the coat rack and a cute little bone-shaped rug. At the moment, you'll see the pet bowls are actually on the outside of this entrance, but I do move them inside. And the other thing I imagine for this family, obviously you can change it if you don't like, is that they have these 2 large dogs, or maybe cuter, 1 really large dog and 1 really little dog. That would be adorable. Something like a, I don't know, Labrador or a Border Collie or something like that. And yeah, so using a lot of the items from the Cats and Dogs pack to make it seem like they definitely have dogs here. Moving back to the kitchen, I use this super adorable picnic basket that we got with, now where did we get it from? We got it from Cottage Living, of course. So we got a couple of cute little picnic baskets, and I have never used them in my gameplay yet, but I do love them to just clutter up a kitchen. I think they add the cutest bit of personality. And then I'm just replacing a few of the ceiling lights, getting a more cozy feel. I always start off with just the plain spotlight so that I can see what I'm doing, because they're, in my opinion, just the best lights for kind of overall coverage of the place. But they're not particularly, bursting with personality. So I will either replace them completely once I've figured out what kind of mood the house is going to be, or I will layer a different ceiling light over the little ceiling, the spotlights, so that you still get the good coverage of light in the room, but you get a prettier looking ceiling light. So yeah, it kind of depends on what mood I'm trying to set in the room. In this build, there is a half bath and bathroom downstairs, so a separate toilet and sink, and then a dual shower bath and sink downstairs. And then upstairs there's also one full bathroom that has another shower bath combo. I think it's the same one that I use from Parenthood with the cute curtains. And then there's a sink and a toilet and just some decorations upstairs as well. I find it hard to make bathrooms interesting because they kind of only consist of a few simple things, and there's not a ton of kind of pizzazz you can add to them, I guess. But I do try and make them different with each build, and maybe something a bit interesting, and inject some kind of personality with them. This room here is the room that I was explaining at the start that kind of was going to become the garage, until I realized that it was just not going to fit on this lot. And so it would have been a larger room for at least one car. But instead I've turned it into a sort of a utility room. So it's got your washer and dryer in here, obviously decoration items that can't be used, but things like the ironing board and this really cute wall shelving that came with laundry day stuff. It's got your hampers, laundry hampers. So I always place not always, but I often try and place my laundry hampers beside the washer dryer, because it can take a long time for your Sims to collect the laundry around the house otherwise. So that's a little hot tip in case you didn't know it. When your Sims get changed and they create laundry to do, if you've got a washer and dryer in the house, or a washer in the house, then it automatically, the dirty laundry automatically spawns to the nearest laundry hamper. And so if you're placing your laundry hampers miles away from the washing machine or your washing bucket, you then have to collect the dirty laundry from the laundry hamper and take it all the way to where you're going to wash it. So if you actually place your laundry right next to your washing machine, automatically your dirty clothing goes there, and it's just 2 steps to the washing machine. So possibly all of you already know this, but that's just a little hot tip from KiwiSimsKate in case you were not aware. And then just some sort of generic shelving in the utility room. I wasn't really sure what else to place there to make it look full, but I do put the Parenthood board up, the one where you can leave notes for each other and set curfews. I love it. I think it's so cute. And speaking of family gameplay, if this rumored high school pack is real, I am really excited. But I'm not going to speak too much about that because, it's just a rumor at the moment, or a leaked pack rather. So then I move on to the upstairs of the build, And I placed another kind of sitting area, because all the bedrooms are upstairs, I thought maybe it was a good spot for like a play area for the kids, especially when your kids are still young. Like if you've got toddlers, which one of the rooms is furnished for a toddler. So until you work their movement skill up, they can be a real pain to bring up and down the stairs. Your adult Sims have to carry them. And if you have all the things that they need upstairs near their bedroom or downstairs near their bedroom, wherever, basically where they kind of do everything else, then it is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of stress, in my opinion. So there's some toys in that area for the toddler. There's obviously the toddler bedroom, and then there's the toddler potty in the upstairs bathroom. What am I talking about? The master bedroom's the first bedroom I furnish up here. I usually start with the master. I don't know why. I think I enjoy it more. I like kids' bedrooms. They're cute, but we have way more variety for how you could furnish any kind of adult's room than for children. There's still plenty of stuff now for children in The Sims, but I want more. I always want more. So the upstairs master bedroom is where I place the dog bed, or I place one dog bed. So I did think about the fact that I've got 2 pet bowls but only 1 pet bed. So I add another pet bed downstairs on the back porch of the home. So one of the doggies will be sleeping outside, sorry. But you can obviously move it and put it wherever you want. And this has been using the tool mod. So I did use it in a few places for this build. I placed this fireplace, this cats and dogs fireplace, in this insert in the wall. It's actually where the chimney is built on the exterior of the house. So I kind of like that cohesion. And I wanted to put this kid's artwork up on the mantelpiece or hanging up on the fireplace. I kind of also imagine that this parent that lives here, whoever you want to put in this build, but in my mind it's a single mother, I imagine that she just adores her children, and really, because she lost her husband in such a tragic accident, she's really proactive in her children's upbringing, and she really encourages them to be creative and to express themselves in whatever ways they want. And she's super proud and just thinks they are the absolute bee's knees. I also think she's like really paranoid around the beach, even though she absolutely adores being by the seaside. Because of the accident, she is super paranoid about her children getting too close to the ocean or whatever. I don't know. I think I've thought too much about this family. I need to actually create them now. This is the toddler's room, and you would have seen me place a few decorations out on the upstairs balcony as well. So the balcony is accessible from the master bedroom and from the sitting area, the play area. This is the toddler room, which I do imagine there are 2 boys in this house. But, boys like pink too. Boys can like pink. So I made this a pink room, and I adore it. I think it's super cute. I use this rose wallpaper, the really light pink swatch in this toddler bed. Obviously, this kid has got to have a boat as one of their toys. And maybe morbidly fascinated by boats and fishing and that. Just lots of sort of soft pink, peach, cream tones in this room, and using that adorable wall height chart that I think we got from that pack that everybody didn't like. What was it? the one that we got the hamsters in, I think. I can't remember now. This is the upstairs bathroom. It's just kind of a generic family bathroom. I put lots of clutter on the bench, I guess you call it, like on the either side of the sink, and use the whale swatch for this shower bath. I love it so much. And then I thought to myself, I need a rug for this bathroom. What should I use? Well, why not use the adorable matching whale rug? So I went all out, a lot of blues in here. I wanted it to feel like the seaside, feel very beachy, blue, you know, with the whales and all of that kind of thing. Yeah, I love it. And I also love the cats and dogs blue and white check. What's it called? I want to say window covering. Curtain. Oh my goodness. It's been a long day at work. Yeah, the curtain. I love that. And then the last bedroom upstairs at the end of the home is the bedroom that I've furnished for a child. This child, in my imagination, really loves oranges and yellows and real sort of autumn tone colors. Loves animals as well, so I use this cottage living wallpaper with the bunnies and the acorns and the mushrooms, the bear seat for the kid, and then I also imagine this kid is really into scouting and nature, so they have the scouting board in there, they've got the scouting manual on their desk. I also used some items from the brand new kit, the little campers kit, which is so cute. I used the Yeti soft toy and the little radio, and then I move on to furnishing the balcony upstairs. I do this trick which ends up being not a very good trick because when I play test it, it doesn't work. But I used two of the cushions from the little campers kit on the cats and dogs outdoor chair, and then when I play test it, I realize that my sim will not sit there, so I do remove them before I upload the build to the gallery, which is a real shame because it's damn cute. I was really happy with myself when I thought of that, and then it turns out I couldn't use it, so what a shame. And I also put an easel out there as well, so I kind of imagine the parent is maybe quite creative and I don't know, paints to alleviate her grief. I don't know. And then I move on to the back. Oh, it's not really a backyard. It's quite small space because, again, the house is quite big on this lot. But I think it's plenty of space, really, because they've got the whole beach as their backyard. This is why I love this lot. It's so cute because you've got like a private path down to the beach. Obviously not a private beach, but yeah, it feels like the backyard is bigger than it really is. So I just sort of used some of these base game fence pieces in the debug menu to create something that's maybe a little bit worn down. Maybe the father was the parent that was really handy around the house, and since he's been gone, it's a little bit in disrepair. And what else do I do back here? So the other thing I was really quite proud of for myself, because I find roofing so difficult, is this shape of the back of the roof. It didn't actually take me too long to figure out, and I really like what I did there with this sort of curved piece. Yeah, I like it. Let me know what you think if you yeah, if you're into that sort of curved look. I kind of think it suited the build. Oh, one other caveat I have to tell you, sorry, about the final version that will be on the gallery. I changed the roofing style. Now, I love this roof swatch, the kind of modern aluminium-y type stuff. I don't know what it is. I think it's supposed to be aluminium, but modern. And I really liked it, but I did think it was starting to look too modern. So I changed up the roofing to something a bit more traditional, and I am more happy with it. I think it fits the build more, even though I still love the look of this roofing. So that will be different, I'm afraid. The whole shape of the roof is all the same. And landscaping wise, I just add a few kind of cottagey vibe plants. So some lavender, some cute little white and purple flowers, and some hanging pot plants. But the screenshots will be here very shortly. And if you want to download this build, my ID is KiwiSimsKate. And if you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe. You can follow me here and over on Twitch, where I stream twice a week, and on my Instagram and Twitter, and my handles there are both at KiwiSimsKate. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care out there. Bye.